Yo, what's happening, Nasty Tubers? It's your man J.small here, Yak Nasty Adventures in Fishing. And today, we're going to talk about one of the most versatile baits, and a bait that's going to have you catching monsters all year long. But most of all, best of all, spring. Right now, we're coming into spring. Right now, we're in the pre-spawn in my area, and even some of the warmer places starting to warm up faster than usual are starting to spawn a little early. We're starting to see bass fill up out there and get those bloated stomachs. It's time to go get them, guys. And the bait to do it, today, I'm gonna put you on something. Everybody, we're always buying baits. I love baits. I love different techniques. You know, I have fun doing it. But when I want to catch a fish, and I want to catch a nice sized fish, even if I'm just going for numbers or I'm just going for size, either way I win with this particular bait. And the bait we're talking about today is the CRAW style bait. Yes, indeedy, guys, the CRAW. You see it. That easy, okay? Just that simple, all right? This bait is so versatile, though. You can use it in many ways, many applications. But this is my favorite. Excuse me for the wind. When I Texas rig this thing and I put a 1/16 ounce on it, you see it. Nice little slip-on bullet weight. Yeah, that's it. That's all I do, okay? That's my favorite way to fish this. My second favorite way to rig up a CRAW style bait, the jig, guys, just like that. This one in particular is a slow sinking jig that I got out of Mystery Tackle Box that you will be seeing in the future, and we will be seeing what it does against the fish around in my area for sure. So always get you one. It doesn't have to match colors to your jig skirt. This one, I love it. That's the Rage CRAW, and that's awesome right there with the orange. You got the green pumpkin on that thing, and it just matches that skirt, and I think that's going to get them. So I'm going to put this thing together, and let me show you how we do it. So as you see here, we just flip it upside down. We got the nice little keeper on there, you know, keep it a little weedless. Look at that. And I tell you what, I can't wait to give this a good review or a bad one. I don't know. But either way, I can't wait to talk about it. I almost did it just then. Well, you get your jig, you flip it upside down like this here. Make sure you get all your skirt material just hanging down willy-nilly. You see how that's set up? Just like that. And if it's weedless, sometimes they poke out a little more. You're fine. If they're in your way, you just hold it down and get you started, just like that. That's plain and simple. And I love rigging a jig with a CRAW style bait. Don't get me wrong, my paddle tails work, my fluke style tail baits work. Even sometimes you can use a worm. If you have a ribbon tail, something like that on there, that works, the more finesse style. But that's a totally different topic, and that's a rabbit hole we're not going down today. So you grab your CRAW, whichever one you're going to use. This is my Rage Tail two-tone. As you can see, orange, green pumpkin, awesome. Matches right in. So what I'm going to do is just thread that in there just like that, right down the center, right? So once you get it up there, you see, you're going to see exactly, once you get it right up there, you're going to see where your bait needs to be. And in my case, it's normally at the bottom of my thumb on this side. So that's real easy to match up. So all I do is match it in with that line. So right now I'm at the second line, maybe third, somewhere in between. And we're just going to thread that right on there, just like that. And we're going to try to get that as straight as possible, mind you, because we want this thing to look as real as possible under there. So we take it, boom, you throw it right on there, flip it back around, and you just push it all the way up to the head, and that's what you got right there. Look at that. It's just awesome how that really looks, man. And when they're paired in just right, now granted, this is for the fish, so if it looks good to me, it doesn't mean it looks good to them. But I believe this is a very natural presenting bait, matching colors in with the orange, the green pumpkin on this particular setup. But that's a second favorite way. That's my second favorite way to use a crawl style bait. That's for sure. Very popular, really around the world. Everyone does it from, think about it, China all the way here to the Midwest. You know, wherever there's a pond and bass, there's a crawl style bait, and that's for sure. So at the same time, there are so many different crawls out there, guys. I mean, so many different crawls, like crazy crawl. This thing here, this guy's a beast. Awesome stuff. Rage tails. Now this one here, this is a different bag. I just like to keep them in there, keep my oils in there, and that's how I like to keep my crawls, with that flavor and with that scent. But rage tails, crazy crawls, I mean, you name it, there is a crawl with a totally million different designs out there. Many different manufacturers. It's really up to you. As far as colors go, I like to mix it up. I love black and blue. I love green pumpkin. And I also like a black crawl with a red flake in there. Man, that's awesome. That green pumpkin with that orange two-tone, that's an awesome mix as well. When you keep that green pumpkin on the top, put that orange on the bottom. Man, Texas rig, I tell you, it just gets them every time. If there's fish there, they're gonna bite. So a crawl style bait is a fantastic bait. If you don't know anything about it, trust me, you don't have to, all right? This is one of the easier setups. You just grab you a bag of some crawls, just like that, and you rig him up Texas style, just like that. So let me show you how to Texas rig it, since I showed you about the jig setup, right? So all you do is you come in there, you get your crawl. You're gonna wanna come in about a 1/4 inch off the tip of this crawl, okay? And I'm using a little EWG style offset good hook. This is a number 3 hook, by the way, a number 3 hook. That's what I like to use. They work great for me, and I normally don't have any issues with that. I've seen guys with 5 having, you know, hookup ratio issues. I see guys use smaller, larger. 3 works for me. Give it a try, see what it does. When I put that in there, about 1/4 inch of the way, if not a little bit more, and I just bring that up here. Now, the goal is to cover that top part of the shank in your eyelet. So you just turn it at the same time, you're twisting it right where you came out that hole, and you want that to cover up that shank, just like that in that eyelet. Okay, so you want to minimize that. At the same time, the soft plastic molds around the eyelet, keeping it on a little bit longer, and it helps with placement of that bait. Okay, so you want to just line that up right in the middle, coming right out the middle. You see where that bait comes in at? Just like that. Just put that bait right next to that hook, and you'll see exactly how it needs to go. It's not even rocket science, guys. So you take this thing and you find the center, bend him up just a little bit, and once you get him in, you just boop, like that. Piece of cake. You see that bait gets nice and straight, nice and flat. Weed resistant, okay? And I didn't even skin hook this, guys. It's just weed resistant, but you see a slight push, just like that, that's hooked right there, okay? So it's weed resistant, but it is not weedless, okay? So that's the best way I love to fish it. My favorite way to fish it, guys. crawl style bait. I believe is the best bait, most versatile bait, and you're gonna catch them all year round, okay? So if you get you a setup, some crawls, get your assortment of colors, because sometimes they're in the mood for black and blue. Sometimes they're in the mood for some orange, little peanut butter and jelly. You never know, guys. So you just get you an assortment of colors of these here crawls, Texas rig them, jig them. However you want to do it, you're going to catch them. So this is my 15-minute nugget, guys, on crawl style baits, springtime fishing, catch the big ones. So go out there and get them, tight lines, all that good stuff everybody says. Yak Nasty, Adventures in Fishing, that's what I'm talking about. So if you like the content, thanks for watching. Hit that like, man. Hit that subscribe for your boy, man. Push it, go ahead, push it, go ahead. It's right there. And I appreciate all the watches. I appreciate the support.
That's right.
And thanks again, guys. Yak Nasty,
That's right.
Adventures in Fishing.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Look
right.
at that. Look at that right there. I got one up already. That's